Okay, how's everyone doing? I've got the phone in the vise here, so I'm not entirely sure how well this is going to work. Trying to keep it stable and trying to keep it where people can actually hear what I say. And so, as you can see, our car of the month for October. I'm jumping a month ahead. August is done. Well, it's not done, but the principal build of it is. And I wanted to show kind of how it looks all together. It's not glued together yet, but it's ready for painting. And so you can see here, the theme this month is pirates. So this is a pirate ship on wheels, basically. It's got a Greek tri-main style ram. Got a skeleton guy here, and we'll run some string through these little loops here. I don't know, can you see these little loops? This is again the difference between having an actual camera rig of some sort. But there's these little loops on this 3D printed guy here, and we'll run some string through here, and we're probably going to run it to these posts here. And I've got some dangly chain. Yeah, so we'll have that chain. The chain's going to go from the back of the gun to these little holes here. And so that'll make this look like it's actually supported better than it is. So all the little figures here are 3D printed by myself, but these were actually window people, so they didn't have a torso, so I used some train figures to give them torsos. So yeah, there's some of these pirates have skirts, which I don't think is period appropriate, but it's the apocalypse. You just wear whatever you can find. So that's fine. And so we got plenty of skulls. We got this. You see, if we're on a tank turret, we got a. Let's see. Come on. I have no idea if this is gonna work right now. Cause I'm trying to remember where the camera actually. Yeah. So you see, there's a skull with a laurel on it, and there is a 1/72 scale version of my feline furry persona in basically a pirate theme. And the original model was a tabaxi swashbuckler. I am not having a good time trying to say English. So I had to modify. The cutlass he had originally was really, really thin when it printed, and it snapped way too easily. So I replaced it with a 40K or Warhammer sword, and the size difference makes it more like a big two-handed falchion. And somebody who knows swords is probably going to be beating their head against the wall saying, please, God, stop mispronouncing these things. But anyway, so we got the mesh. Got some mesh actually standing up on the here because I wanted to make it look like he's, my character's. Come on. Focus. There we go. You see here, the mesh actually kind of makes it look like it can be opened and closed so people can jump out and board the other Gaslands vehicles. And originally I didn't have the side cannons or the rear cannons, but my brother said it was, even with the turreted 125 and the front mounted machine guns, it was lacking guns in his professional opinion. So I rectified that, and so now it's got one hell of a broadside with these triple heavy machine guns. And since there's machine guns all around, I'll just run it as a machine gun turret and a 125 turret. But we got basically popsicle sticks built up this thing. It was originally a NASA hauler, and it's actually a 1/150th scale, so it's actually twice as small as it's supposed to be. So I had to finagle it to make it resemble a more traditional sized truck, and I wanted to make it look like it was a in Gaslands lore. Yeah, Mars and Earth went to war, and Mars is the victor. So I wanted to have like the idea that this is a derelict Earth Defense Force, like scout tank or scout vehicle that Scarlet Ann, which is the pirate faction of Gaslands, has gotten a hold of and shipified, basically. So the principal cannon and body of the vehicle is actually from a Sherman tank I 3D printed, and I had originally intended it to print it as a 1/64th scale Sherman tank, and somehow I got my math wrong, and it didn't print well. And so you can see here the treads didn't form at all either, and so I sliced the body of the Sherman tank off and put it together with the NASA hauler, and the turret was still good, so I left the turret, drilled out a hole for this lady here with her gun, and I have this pirate lady here with a pipe. And again, this model and the Tabaxi were originally D&D scale. So when I shrank them down, she had a pipe, it was too small, and it didn't print very well. So I had to make a new pipe out of the resin support pieces. So I'm trying to see if we can get this closer here. And again, I'm doing this differently than I normally would, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm trying to get better with like a stable camera. And okay, there. I think you can see it now. So yeah, I basically used a piece of support and made her a new pipe. And of course, we got the mast. I really actually fought myself over the idea of, and just like that, I just broke a pipe. Oh, great. Nah, she's going to be mad at me. Never break a smoker's pipe. So we're going to have to fix that, but that's okay. Really thin resin pieces, you're just going to have to live with them breaking. But so we got this. Get back on topic here. I was actually fighting myself about whether or not to actually do a mast, because I didn't want it to be too much of a ship on wheels, because it would be really easy to just get a model kit ship and just strap wheels to it. And plus, masts would probably not be very aerodynamic in a race. Unless you got a tailwind, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna have like a flag here, and then what I'll do is I'll bend the edges so it look like the wind is, pulling it back. And as you see here on a lot of these models that have hair, I green stuffed the hair to be flowing in the wind. I did that with the Dodge convertible truck, and I think I like that, the way that looks. So I have to set this here so I remember to re-glue that. But also the tail guns here are actually angled in, because if you if they were shooting straight back, the safest place against this would be right behind it. And so, like a lot of old timey military vehicle, aircraft and other things actually have I think it's called a gimbal. That was like 5 degrees in, so the bullets go like this and convene on a point. So it's actually a little more accurate to have the guns just slightly pinched in like that. So I did that, and we got an anchor here. I don't actually have an anchor piece, and I really wasn't sure what to do for actual anchor, so it's just a heavy chain on a rope. And that'll work. That's fine, because it'll also be a good. Since Scarlet Ant is about Shanghaiing people and raiding, I imagine if they ever captured another vehicle, they could hook up a vehicle to this and tow it to basically use for the next race. So I got that handled. So yeah, so it's not glued together yet. So we'll show you what it looks like on the inside. And this is what it looks like on the inside. And you can see here, this vehicle, this is a Matchbox vehicle. It didn't have an interior. So I had to basically cannibalize another vehicle. And I don't have it in my bits box to show you. But it was basically this weird little SWAT truck that had 3 seats to it. So I did that. So a lot of green stuff here. It's not complete. It's more or less just kind of filling the space. Got a driver. I chopped the driver's head off and replaced it with a pirate's head. So I see if we can get this closer. He doesn't look all that great from this angle, but when the vehicle's actually on, you can't really tell the kind of hunchback nature. So he's got some dreads. Get him in focus here. This is again the problem. I'm not actually behind the camera right now. I'm actually off to the side, so I can't really see how it's looking. And I got a cat. Because one thing about pirate ships, and I imagine this is probably true in Gaslands too. If you're living in a ship, and Scarlet Ant does the whole pirate LARP, I guess, if you want to call it that. That kind of living style is going to attract rats, and I'm pretty sure in Gaslands the rats are probably closer to rouses. But you still have to have a cat to keep down the mice. So I imagine that's probably how my character got shanghaied onto this vehicle, since cat person. But yeah, so that's basically the build of it. And again, like I said, this whole back part here was a Sherman tank, and I basically turned the Sherman tank around, cut the tank racks off, glued it down, put the turret on. The turret was it looked a little too weedy for this scale, so I chopped that off, strapped a new one on, and then I put this little cross on here for the gunner or the captain, whichever one you want it to be. Basically uses a sight. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how it's going to go together. I've pretty much got this week to paint it, and that's going to be nerve-wracking. But yeah, I will show this. This is the scale a Sherman tank should be for Gaslands. So yeah, you can see that, and you can see that truck. Yeah, so that's the kind of thing I was like, when you make a mistake, you've wasted a bunch of resin, you still can save it and use it for something else. And again, I'm behind the 8 ball because the first 2 weeks of this month I was kind of in a lot of pain because I fell up the stairs while carrying my cat because I tripped over the dog's leash going up the front porch steps, and yeah, I messed up my right wrist for a while, so I didn't get to work as well as I wanted to, but yeah. And also, I had this little piece here. This was originally what I was going to use for the mast, and I was like, I didn't like it, and it doesn't really fit. And so yeah, that is my car of the month work in progress. And so as far as painting it, I am not quite sure what I'm going to do with paint yet. Because I went bright colors last month, and I'll probably do more natural tones for this one. I'm thinking olive drab with as a base to make it still look like the captured military vehicle it was, and then like put the pirate stuff on top of it, like the wood that's been added to it as armor plating, and so. And then we'll probably make the pirates the pirates are really the star of the show, so they're going to be brighter colored than the vehicle. They're probably clashing colors with the vehicle, so get that to stand out. So I did want to do one more thing. I wanted to give a shout out to Angel of Combustions on Etsy because they're a fellow North Carolina Gaslands store, and I got these bikes from them. The bases are really, really nice. These are some of the nicest bases I've ever seen. And the actual print, I've only been printing for a few months now, and I can't get anything as good as that because, I mean, you can't tell that there was ever supports on this thing. It's such a clean print. I mean, that's just... so yeah, Angel of Combustion. Is it Studios? It might be Angel of Combustion Studios, but they're a fellow North Carolina, so I always got to support my fellow Carolinians, and so I recommend going to their store. Also, I got this little laser cannon. So that's pretty much the news of the day, and since this is running about 17, almost 18 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and end this one. So, yeah, it's been a while since I've actually made a video, but it's been because I've been behind the 8 ball, and on top of that, I've been injured. So, yeah, we'll get the ball rolling again because I know there's a lot of cars here I wanted to paint and show them off, and I've recently acquired some more cars for Gaslands, and I'm just going to show those off, but like I said, time is of the essence, so yeah, so anyway, like, share, subscribe, always feel free to comment, and yeah, thank you for watching my channel, and take care and be safe.